And inshallah we'll begin after the prayers here. But this is the ISNA 61st annual convention right here in Dallas for the first time in Dallas. So this convention, we're very excited. We've done regional conferences before. And of course, I just want to give you a few highlights. This is a platform for a lot of opportunities here for Muslims to network, intermingle. You got religious issues, social issues, and interfaith issues. And one of the highlights of the convention will be one of our Imam Yusuf, Dr. Yusuf Jakawati, will be honored tomorrow in the luncheon. After 25 years, he was the Dallas Central Mosque. And Dr. Robert Hunt will be recognized as the Interfaith event on Sunday. And with that, I want to invite our president, Safa Zarzur, who's the president of ISNA, and he's going to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Brother Ghulam. Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. It gives me great pleasure to stand here before you in the press conference announcing the opening of our 61st annual convention here in Dallas, Texas. First of all, thank you to Dallas, to the Dallas community. We are very happy to be here, and mashallah, Texas hospitality on full display, and we feel it. We feel it from the minute we stepped into the convention halls. Today, we start a weekend of activities filled with networking, learning, events that are entertainment, that is for all the family. It's a tradition that has started 61 years ago and continues. ISNA is the premier Islamic organization in the United States. It is an organization that has kept serving the Muslim community, as its very founding charter says, that it will be for the service and development and strengthening of the Muslim community, and we continue to play that role. We bring together Muslims from all over the United States for here, as has always been. ISNA has been an incubator for so many different organizations and community service entities that started at ISNA. Either started with an idea in a session, or it started with a group of people who felt the need for a service that the community needs and it's not there. ISNA continues to play that role. Well, of course, our friends in the interfaith community, our outreach to our government, this is work that we believe is very vital for our community. And we're very happy to do our 61st annual in Dallas. And we welcome everyone who is able to come and join us and spend a beautiful weekend of interfaith, of networking, of learning, so we can go back home from wherever we came, rejuvenated, energized, ready to continue to serve our Muslim community and our society at large. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And we'd like to invite Azhar Azeez. He's very well known in Dallas, but he's been a past president of ISNA and done a lot of community work in Dallas itself. And he's currently the ISNA treasurer, but he's been the ISNA president in the past. So let me invite Azhar Azeez, who doesn't need much introduction.
Thank you so much. So kind of you. Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Azhar Azeez, spelled as A-Z-H-A-R, last name A-Z-E-E-Z. I want to begin by thanking all of you for being here this morning. I want to thank our president. I want to thank the two chairs, Brother Ghulam Bakali and Sister Rifat Malik, and the NTIC president, Brother Mujeeb Kazi, and our community's spokesperson, Brother Khalid, hameeda. I want to begin by sharing with you the mission of this beautiful organization, Islamic Society of North America. This year we are celebrating our 61st year. And the mission of this organization is to foster the development of the Muslim community, interfaith relations, civic engagement, and better understanding of Islam. For last 9 months, more than 250 volunteers have been working tirelessly to put this convention together. To put a convention of this size and this magnitude, it requires lots and lots of hours. So we are truly indebted to our volunteers. At this convention, there are multiple components. So yesterday, we had our chaplains conference. Islamic Society of North America is one of the only national Muslim organization that does chaplaincy endorsement for our men and women in uniform. So yesterday, several chaplains were here. More than 15,000 American Muslims serves in the US Armed Forces. We are truly grateful to them for their service. So these Muslim chaplains were here yesterday, and they had a day-long, chaplains conference. We began the event today with this press conference. Later on, our esteemed President, Safa Zarzour, will deliver the Friday ceremony, which will be held in the Chantilly Ballroom, that will be attended by thousands of attendees. At 3:30, we will have our inaugural session, where several elected officials, members of the interfaith community, other prominent guests from out of town will speak at the inaugural session. Throughout the convention, in these 3 days, we will have close to 50 sessions. 12 will be main sessions that will take place at the Trinity Ballroom. There will be 16 parallel sessions. Then there is a separate youth track run by Muslim Student Association and Muslim Youth of North America. And finally, on Sunday evening, we will conclude with a beautiful entertainment session that has been put together. I also want to let you know that in this convention, there will be many topics that will be addressed pertaining to the American Muslim community. Whether it is the issue of climate change, mental health, international issues like the human catastrophe that we are seeing in Gaza and other parts of the world, our own spiritual topics that will be addressed by prominent scholars and leaders. So there is something for each and every participant at this convention. To promote our community businesses and community organizations, we have a bazaar with more than 330 booths where people can shop, can promote the Muslim projects, businesses. We want to encourage our participants to give them the business so that our vendors keep on coming back to our convention. So this is in a nutshell what we have. If any of you would like to have a media pass, please reach out to Sister Rifat or Mr. Ghulam. They'll be more than happy to assist you. You can find more details about our organization at ISNA.net, ISNA.net. This organization, 61 years back, was started by a handful of students, which later on transformed into a very forceful, vibrant national Muslim organization called as Islamic Society of North America. Many former US presidents, US senators, members of Congress, people in the administration, ambassadors, public servants have addressed this convention, and we are so proud of the work of this important organization, and we are hoping that, God willing, the next 3 days will be extremely beneficial to our community in particular and society at large. With that being said, I'll yield the floor back to Mr. Ghulam.
Thank you, Brother Aziz. And like I said, some of you want to intermingle after the event. You're welcome to go back to Trinity Hall. There'll be food and events, vendors you want to see. I'd like to have my co-chair here, Sister Rifat. She might want to say a few words, and then Brother Khalid, and then we'll end with Brother Mujeeb. So, Sister Rifat.
Thank you. My name is Rifat Malik, R-I-F for Frank, A-T, Malik, M-A-L-I-K. As Brother Ghulam said, I'm the co-chair of the media committee for this ISNA convention. I'm also the editor of American Muslim Today, which is a non-profit multimedia platform based here in Dallas. In our work over the years, we've worked closely with ISNA and reported on many of its educational programs as well as its civic engagement initiatives. And when we want to comment on a story we turn to ISNA because it has decades of integrity and credibility, which allows it to represent the voice of millions of American Muslims. ISNA has always recognized the importance of media engagement, and I think having former MSNBC presenter Mehdi Hassan as one of its keynote speakers illustrates that. I know there's immense excitement here in DFW about ISNA being here, and I believe this is the beginning of a stronger relationship in a state that has the 5th largest and one of the fastest growing Muslim populations in the country.
Thank you very much. And I think I'd like to have Brother Khalid Hameeda, who doesn't need much introduction. He's been in the media before, but he might have some issues to talk about.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Khalid Hameeda, Khalid. Last name is Hamideh. First off, let me say that we in the Dallas-Fort Worth community want to give a shout out of a howdy and welcome to Texas to ISNA. We are honored and privileged that you have picked the Dallas-Fort Worth area for the 61st convention and to bring 15 to 20,000 people into our community from the entire nation is an honor and a blessing for us in the Metroplex, regardless of creed, faith, color, anything. We welcome you and thank you. I've been asked to touch upon a very sensitive subject, which is the subject of Gaza. ISNA is a moral institution. It has high moral character. And our simple message is we would call upon all Americans to summon up the moral courage to speak up and say, not in our name. The killing of innocent civilians, regardless of who they are, but the killing of innocent civilians and children in Gaza, we as Americans must say, not in our name, not with our weapons, not with our money, and not with our political clout. This is a statement that should ricochet through the whole entire country, not just in the Muslim community, not in the Jewish community, not with the peace movement, but the entire country, because we have laws. And the Leahy Act does not allow us to give weapons to any country in the world to be used offensively against an innocent civilian population. Coming back to ISNA. ISNA has led the cause on multiple issues, not political, but issues that affect the social fabric of the American Muslim experience. They should be thanked for having the courage to come in and address mental illness. They should be thanked for having the courage to engage and be one of the initial partners in Interfaith. So again, I'm not going to go long, but I want to say thank you to ISNA, thank you for picking Dallas-Fort Worth, and thanking you for having the courage to tackle these tough issues. I'll give the mic back to Brother Ghulam Bakali.
Thank you. And lastly, for a convention like this to gather 12 to 15,000 people collaborating all across the Metroplex and different states, I'd like to invite Brother Mujeeb Qazi. He's part of the national NTIC, which is a collaboration of 40, 50 masjids, mosque, prayer institutions, and he's going to explain to you how he got the collaboration to make this thing happen.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Mujeeb Qazi, M-U-J-E-E-B, B as in boy, K-H-A-L-I-L-K-A-Z-I. I'm absolutely humbled and honored by this opportunity that we have national organization coming to our backyard here in Dallas, Texas. First time in the history of ISNA, 61st convention in collaboration with North Texas Islamic Council. North Texas Islamic Council is an umbrella organization that represents a little over 110 masajid, which means the places of worship, 46 members organization, and the number keeps growing. I just want to make mention one thing, that last year when we hosted Mayor of Dallas, he said, according to his estimation, we have a little over 500,000 Muslims living in Dallas. So now ISNA bringing a national convention to Dallas means bringing business, bringing more collaboration, bringing more harmony and understanding across all spectrum, including interfaith, civic engagement, and social networking. So we are absolutely honored and privileged to host this conference here, and we are in the midst of our second day. In the next 3 days, we are looking forward to a very vibrant, inspiring, and impactful conference. And I wish you all a pleasant stay here, and thank you very much for stopping by today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And like I said, we got about 15,000 plus attendees, about 1,000 plus rooms across the Metroplex. So you're talking about 2,000, 3,000 families spending over the weekend about $2,000 pop. So there's a big boost to the economy. thank you, ISNA, for bringing that to Dallas, Texas. Everything in Texas is huge. So now you can go back to Trinity Ballroom, which is huge, and get some food. David, I know you want some food, and you can get all the vendors, you can video shoot. It's all up to you, and the prayer will be right behind you at 1:30. If those of you who want to stay. And lastly, if our executive director, Bashar Salim, he mentioned to me that he was not feeling well. If you want to say a few words, I'd like for you to say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name is Bashar Salim. I'm the Executive Director at the Islamic Society of North America. We are very excited to be in Dallas, Texas. MashaAllah, we had a beautiful host committee, and over the last 6 months we have been having several meetings for the preparation. This is our 61st annual convention, inshallah, in your city of Dallas. ISNA has been in Texas before. Our 2018 and 19 conventions were held in Houston. But in Dallas, this is our first convention. But Dallas is not new to ISNA. We were here back in 2000 in this very hotel. We had done our regional conference here with about 3,000 people that came to that event. So ISNA has had regular programming in Dallas, but we are excited to host our 61st annual convention here at this hotel, inshallah. This will be an exciting event. You heard about different programs. We have invited more than 150 speakers to this convention. We will have several special events such as the CSR banquet on Saturday. We have the Interfaith banquet and many other events. So I hope this will be a beneficial event for the community here in Dallas, and we hope to come back to Dallas, inshallah, in the future. Jazakallah, thank you.
So, thank you very much, and if you have any questions before we disperse, the floor is open. So,
I guess if you could tell us, people who attend, what do you hope they take away from it? You kind of touched on it, but if you could touch on it again, what you hope the attendees can learn and take away from, and just the purpose behind the whole event.
I think that's the best question for the president of ISNA.
Yes. If you don't mind, let me get you to say and spell your first and last name.
Sure, my first name is Safa, S-A-F-A-A. My last name is Zarzour, Z-A-R-Z-O-U-R. To me, for me personally, and I'm just going to share that, and this is something I've heard just about from hundreds, if not thousands of people over the years. I've been involved in ISNA since 89, my first convention, and since then, my takeaway, the most important takeaway, is that I go back from the convention energized, with a renewed commitment to serve my community and to really be a contributing positive citizen of this great country. That's really the biggest one, this energy that I get from being here. In addition to that, the learning. It never stops to amaze me, having scholars and experts in various areas that come here and they enlighten us with something that we didn't know before. And every time you come and you think you've heard it all, you get a speaker or two that truly inspire you and bring about perspective that you'd never considered. The third for me is that I cannot name the number of initiatives, organizations that have started, the very incubation of them happened in the convention. Some of them, it would be over a dinner table or a lunch table where they would brainstorm about an issue and then they exchange their information, and next thing you know it, by the next convention they're announcing the establishment of an organization that would be serving that. Mental health in particular, issues related to domestic violence, issues related to harmony in the family. A lot of the organizations today that serve regionally and nationally started at an ISNA convention. And so that's the other one. Networking is the last thing I can think of, is that I always meet new people that some of them become later on best friends and become people that are really meaningful in my life. And I really believe that those things are things that are shared by overwhelming majority of attendees of the convention. And we hope and we don't have any reason to think that this convention will be any different.
So normally without the convention, is it hard to kind of tap into those resources? Being in a community like Dallas, where I mean, there is a lot of Muslims, but they may not be in contact.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. And a lot of people, talk about, think about it. Even today, for example, in my own professional work, Yeah, you can have a Zoom meeting and you may get some good results. It's not the same as when you sit with somebody who shares the very same burning, feeling about something, and you sit with them together in one room and you're talking, looking each other's eyes. It really is totally different. And so absolutely, and that's the other thing. I mean, there are, funny enough, I'm in Chicago. There are people that I see from year to year at the ISNA convention, wherever it is. So I know for a fact there will be people from Chicago that I'll see here after 1 year of not seeing them, and we're both in Chicago. So absolutely, I mean, there is, I believe, there's no substitute for those conventions and people being, with each other, looking each other in the eyes and sitting in the same room to tackle a certain issue. Absolutely. Thank you.
In a nutshell, Dallas, ISNA Convention offers something for everybody, David.
Yes, indeed.
That's the issue. And the shoulder-to-shoulder campaign is what he was talking about. There's one of the initiatives. Before we take the next question, I'd like to recognize Chaplain Saleh Hazabin. And Azhar was talking about the chaplaincy program. She's part of it. You want to say a few words, I think?
Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings on all of you. We have been at the end of the session of the chaplain training, annual training. It was with Dr. Matson who was finishing up the session, and the biggest part that I'm taking away as a reminder is it's all about relationships. Whether you're a chaplain, you're a president, or a volunteer. We connect with each other verbally, non-verbally, and it's our job to protect the relationships, nurture them, and honor them. That goes across the board regardless of your religion, your spirituality, your social, your racial background, anything. So ISNA for me has been about that. I'm an international student. I was an international student, come all the way becoming officer and a chaplain in the military. It's because of the relationships that I've had in my school, the people who invested in me as a volunteer, and all the way until now. It's those relationships that give testimony to the American dream, the story that all of us are a testimony to. Regardless, you're behind the camera, on the stage, that's what we represent, and maintaining that relationships has been a part of our legacy as Muslims, Abrahamic people, and just people. So I'm honored to be standing here with my mentors and me talking to my young sisters. This is an honor, so thank you for sharing this day.
Thank you so much. Yes, a few more questions.
So, being this is the largest gathering right now, and what do you think, what will impact on the community, the Palestinian brother and sister? They raise the voice for this community, and what you are looking for that?
I can answer. No, thank you so much for your question. Our heart bleeds, and we are mourning since October 7. So far, more than 41,000 people dead. People are facing huge amount of starvation over there. 70% of those who are killed were women and children. Almost over 10,000 building units have been destroyed. There were 36 hospitals. All of them have been shut down. Only a couple of makeshift hospitals are functioning. So we join our fellow Americans and we ask for peace. We ask for ceasefire. It'll take around $4.4 billion to rebuild Gaza. I myself have been to Gaza several times. I've been going over there on a humanitarian mission for the last 20 years. So I can talk about this subject for a very long time. But definitely this is a human tragedy. And we join millions and millions of our fellow Americans demanding peace and ceasefire. And we are very optimistic, inshallah, God willing, peace will come back to that region. I want to also just add that interreligious and interfaith work is not new to ISNA. 25 years back, we established this shoulder-to-shoulder campaign that brings 35 different religious groups under one roof. And the work that they have done and the call that they have given is to stand up with American Muslims upholding American values. And that's what we believe in, and that's what we stand for. And we have a long history of building bridges and breaking barriers. We are extremely, extremely proud of our interfaith work and interreligious work. We are part of multiple campaigns. Our office is right in the front of the Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., between the Senate building and the Supreme Court. One of our staff members, Khalid, you may see him over here. He is our staffer over there, and his work is to continue to build bridges with people of other faiths and bring the aspirations and the community concerns at the highest level, and will continue to do that.
Sorry, can you just add one point? Just one point. I just want to let you know that Jabeen is the first Muslim female chaplain in the American military. So she's actually made history.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Yes, Jabeen. We got a few more, or one or two more questions before we end. So, any other questions? Sorry?
Yeah, later.
Later. Any other questions for the media before we close?
I'm sorry, again, although I asked already for the last time, but I think there's all other people or other places that are going on practical means. So, and everywhere where the Muslim is like,
Yes, yeah, sure.
See, as American Muslim, our top priorities are several, okay? We are very concerned about religious freedom. We want to counter hate crimes. We are very concerned about the education and health care, climate change. All these things are very dear to us. And these are causes that are also very dear to our fellow Americans. Also, on the top of our list is certain international issues. Gaza is very dear to us. It's very close to our heart. But we are also seeing human suffering in Sudan and other countries that you have just mentioned. So we are so blessed to live in this great nation of ours, where opportunities and possibilities are humongous. From here, we can do a lot of good that will have a positive impact in those places. At this convention, you will find experts who will talk on these very important topics, and many domestic projects that, that I just mentioned, and they will enlighten the attendees. There will be a Q&A session where they will not only be able to address them, but also take questions on them. This type of convention is here to talk about the accomplishments of American Muslim community that they made in last 61 years. Also, we use this opportunity to talk about some of the challenges that we are facing and listen from our scholars, leaders, teachers, activists, and look out for solutions. So that is the whole idea behind this amazing convention. The theme of this convention is American Muslim, forging faith and action. Whatever our Holy Scripture teaches us, we want to inspire people and follow up with action. And that is the whole goal of this convention.
thank you.
Thank you very much. With that, once again, thank you for being part of this convention. Again, right behind the parade will be at 1:30, and you're welcome to go to Trinity Hall and see the vendors, and if you want to do any video shoot with food, whatnot. And with that, I think we are done. Thank you once again. This is going to go on for 3 days, so don't be a stranger if you got questions. If you got friends who want to know about Islam, this is the time. Get hold of Sister Rifat, me, or the information desk. They can track us down and get you a walkthrough with anything that you have. With that, thank you once again.
Thank you so much. I think we need to... Azhar.
Can I take one too? I'm sorry, brother, but this whole thing is blocking you. Only we can see. Sorry.
Next step,
Be careful.
Good.
Sorry.
She's a perfectionist.
Oh, she made sure I didn't get cut off.
Ready? Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.